Hello, Aries Sun, Aries Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. This is going to cover April of 2025 through March of 2026. Let's start off with a little bit of astrology first. Now, with that Aries Sun and Rising, all in the same house, Aries Sun is most likely in the first house. That's what we're going with because that most likely just covers the most ground here. You are what you seem, essentially. You can be perceived as somebody who is very bold, somebody who's not afraid to take charge, somebody who may be a little bit impatient sometimes and wishes people would just do their thing, like just get to it instead of dithering over things. Dithering might be a word that you hate. But you're very much take charge. That does not necessarily mean you always want to take charge, but you're willing to step in if nobody else is because you want to get things done so you can move on to the next thing. You like initiating things and getting them started. Let's get going kind of a vibe. Now, with your Aries Sun in there too, in the first house, which is the house of self, your self identity may be strongly tied to your public appearance or to how you feel about yourself can affect how you behave in public too. So if you're not feeling like you're on top of your game, you may be somebody who doesn't like to go out necessarily in your pajamas shopping. You might prefer to throw on t-shirt and pair of jeans and maybe put your hair up, but you don't want to have the sloppy appearance necessarily. Unless you're just in a funk and you just don't care at that moment. Then you don't care, period. But you have a certain sense of pride in appearance and how you present yourself to the world and to yourself. So you could also have a focus on how you take care of yourself and what your personal goals are in life. There may be a focus there for you. All right, let's get into your tarot cards. I'm going to be pulling 12 cards, one for each month. Your first month, I just call them cards 1 through 12 as I'm speaking to them. But remember, card 1 for you is going to be April 2025. So, card 1. Whoop, not off the screen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not doing reversals. 9, and we can't see all the cards. Let me adjust. Pardon me for a moment while I do this. There we go. 10, 11, and 12. And then I'm going to pull a card from the back of the deck for an extra bonus reading or maybe the theme for the year. And you have Ace of Cups. Interesting that we have an ace, the first card in a round, along with Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. This is going to be a key year for you in starting or leaning into things that may be a little bit scary on an emotional level. A willingness to take a chance, to take the risk on those connections with others, on taking things maybe to the next level, going deeper into the feelings, taking maybe a relationship to a more intimate level. It can be very scary for very independent people, for Aries and anyone like that who like to just be going and do their thing. And now all of a sudden there's this potentially other person that comes up in your life where, well, now you want to be them to be a part of your life. You want to involve them. You want to invest yourself in them in some way. That does not mean becoming part of who they are, but you want your partner. So there could be some new things going on with that over this next year for you in relationship to emotions. And I'm strongly feeling connections with others on an emotional level. So, scary new territory, but you got this. All right. Now we got all the cards going all over. Let's get into each month. Starting off here in month 1 with the Knight of Wands. Charging forward, going for it, taking the risk. You don't know exactly what you're doing, but you're going for it, is the kind of vibe here. This could also be somebody else in your life. Court cards can indicate other people who has that same, like, let's just go. Let's just go. I know we don't have the directions yet, but if we just start going, when we get those, we may be already halfway there, or you may be halfway the wrong direction, but you're going. You're ready. Let's just go. I'm tired of waiting for things to happen. Let's go make things happen kind of energy here. So charging forward and just figuring out as you go, recognizing that you may mess up and you may make a mistake, but you're moving, you're acting kind of energy. Like very enthusiastic, very let's go, go, go. So definite movement, enthusiasm, passion, and movement. Lots of movement. And then we have follow that up with a king, another court card. So kings in general are masculine energy for the most part. I think Aries has a strong masculine energy just from that pioneering spirit that they have, that we have. King of Swords, air element. It's going to be about communication. It's going to be very important to this person. If you have air placements, this could have you in a way. I feel like this is though it's like an advisor of some type. Somebody you may be talking to about starting up a business plan, or maybe at work having to do with taking on additional responsibilities in some way. This is somebody you can't really appeal to on an emotional level. This person just is interested in the facts and the figures and the logic and what has been done so that they can figure out what still needs to be done and what the next step should be. They want to plan ahead. They want to know the big picture. This could also be an Aquarius type person that you're working with here too. But in some way, this month is significant because of who you're interacting with and how you may be interacting with them. So as long as you have all your stuff together, if you don't, start getting it together now, have that plan in place. I think a lot of employee performance reviews, at least here in the United States, may be happening here in February. Be ready. Be ready with your facts and figures. Be ready to back up if you're requesting a raise or something with documentation of what you've done over and above, or what you've accomplished in order to present your case. And then in month 3, we have the Page of Cups, another court card. How many do you have here? They're all here in the first, well, there's one at the end of the year. But boom, 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 4 in a row. So a lot of interaction with people happening here in the first 4 months. Page of Cups. This is usually that younger, fresh energy. This would be like the first step, kind of, after the Ace of Cups. Oops. The Ace of, no, we're back on the page. Page, again, young energy. If it is another person, it's going to be somebody who has that young, naive kind of vibe. Somebody who wants to go out and try all these things, but they haven't even read up on it. They're not sure exactly what they want to do, but they think they want to go to college. Well, what for? Well, I don't know, but I'm going to go to college, so I'm just going to go check it out. Kind of a vibe. But this is in cups, back into the emotions and intuition. They are probably, so this would be like if they have people asking them out, they're just saying yes to everybody. They may be double, triple booking themselves, but they haven't really gone out. They don't have a lot of experience in the dating world. They don't have a lot of experience with meeting new people and getting to know them before they just fall headstrong in love. And then they break up the next day, and then they fall in love the day after that, and then they break up from that one, and then they fall in love the day after that. This person could be stressful. This person could cause a lot of drama. Not intentionally, but because they are so inexperienced and a little bit headstrong and led by their heart, led by their feelings and emotions. This person, this feels like it may actually be another person. It could be you a little bit, kind of just diving in head first, which Aries could tend to do. But when it comes to emotions in an area you are not familiar with so much, where you have not really navigated things so much before, and you're going to find yourself having some false starts there, which is okay. I mean, there's that adaptability, I think, of the fire signs where you'll just get up, brush yourself off, and go on to the next thing. But the catch is, your emotions are going to get caught up a little bit here. So it may take you a little bit longer between things to recover and come back to yourself. And you'll learn a lesson each time for what you will and won't do, or what you will and won't accept. But you're going for it. So alternatively, though, this is somebody else in your life that you're just having to watch them do all this, and you're getting a little impatient and aggravated with them. But that is how they learn. That is how they grow. So have patience. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Another quick moving energy or night card, but this one is, again, back into that communication. So this is somebody who is leaping out and they want to be the first to spread the news. They want to be the first one to leave a comment. They want to be the first one to turn in an assignment. They want to be the first when it comes to communication in some way or education in some way. I don't think this is you. I think this is more likely somebody else, possibly a coworker who does not have as much experience as you have, but they're trying to get their application in for the same job you want before you. They think they're in competition with you, but they're not ready for what you do where you are now. They're not ready for that next level, but they think that they are. So they're going to go for it. Again, this is somebody who it will make some mistakes. This is about gaining experience. Nights are about gaining the experience and figuring out how the real world actually works, how you can actually apply the knowledge. So they're not at that stage of expertise yet. Whereas you do seem to be. You seem to be a level up from them, but they think they're competing with you. So you may be dealing with that a little bit back and forth on that here. This month, I would try to avoid getting into a confrontation with them, even though they're going to be very annoying. I would try to just let them do what they're going to do and you do your thing. And you have your own ways of connecting with maybe the people who are hiring or the company in some way that this other person, because they don't have the experience, they're going to miss. You're going to catch it. You're more likely to succeed here. So this is somebody who's trying to one up you, but they don't have what it takes to do it yet. So again, be a little patient with them. Let them go through their thrashing and experience and figure out that they're not quite ready yet. And try not to cause an event. Let's put it that way. Okay, now that we're through all of those court cards here, right at the beginning of the year, all this interpersonal interactions going on, maybe that's where you're really, really being challenged on an emotional level in a new way. Let's move on to month 5. We have the 7 of Coins. Coins are practical items. It's an earth element. It's down to earth. It's practical. It's grounded. It is everyday things. It is things like your finances and how you pay for those things, your career and how you earn the finances to pay for those things, and your home, where you live, where you experience the everyday. The 7 is telling you this is a month where you're going to be spending time assessing how things are going. What's working? What isn't working? What's missing? What do you want to add? What do you want to remove? There are changes you want to make, and this is a month of just reflecting on that, maybe making a bunch of different lists and losing some lists and then creating new lists and finally narrowing it down to exactly what it is you want to do, what it is you want to change here in the next several months. It's a month of reflection and making some decisions based on that reflection, on that analysis. And it feels like maybe you're trying to streamline things or get things ready for a change, because in month 6, we have the Chariot, where there is some big decision that you have to make, some big choice. You need to pick a direction and just go for it. Stick to it and go for it. Try not to hesitate too much. If you are questioning, because both of them, the options before you, are good, they each have their benefits. Lean into how you feel about the choices and which one feels the most right for you. Doesn't have to be the most practical one, doesn't have to be the obvious choice. It needs to be the one that you like, that you think is right for you, that you feel is right for you. And then once you make that choice, things are just going to go quickly. Things are going to start rolling and rolling and rolling, and you just need to be ready to seize the opportunity and then go with that flow. Be ready for things, which is why maybe in month 5, you're preparing for that a little bit. Maybe you are donating things and just clearing things out. Maybe you are dropping some hobbies or some excursions or something like that because you have this thing you want to do, even though you're not sure what the choice is yet. You need to be ready once you make that choice, once you make the decision. And in month 6, that's when things start rolling. You make the choice and then boom, we're off to the races. In month 7 down here, we have the 10 of Swords. This could be a tough month. Tens are cards of conclusions, endings. The 10 of Swords is indicating that you're cutting someone off or somebody's cutting you off, but you're done. That's done. It's over. You no longer want to be part of it. You don't want to know anything about it, or they don't want you to know. I think it's probably more decisively you making this change and cutting yourself out of someone's life. Removing all contact and all that. You may even uninstall some social apps because you don't want to deal with it anymore. That is messy. It is, they're always trying to goad you, trying to get you to behave in a certain way so that they can do gotchas with it and hold things over your head. And you're just done with it. You're not rising to that bait anymore. You're moving past them. They're still stuck trying to retain that same behavior and try to do the one up thing. And you're like, nope, bye, I'm out. I'm out. I don't need this. I have changes going on in my life and things that I want to do. This is in my way. I will remove that so that I can proceed, so I can move forward in my life. Oops. All right. So month 7 is going to be around that. So there may be some drama initially that you may find out somebody is trying to spread rumors about you or claim you did things that you didn't do or trying to take credit for things that you did do. And you're just over it. You're done. You're not having it anymore. And that's going to decisively cut off that contact or that connection in some way. And then in month 8, we have the 2 of Cups, which comes after the Ace of Cups. There is a willingness with the Ace of Cups to be vulnerable, to be open to what might come. Month 8 with the 2 of Cups, this is about connections. This is about meeting somebody for the first time, and there may be some interest there. There may be an emotional connection almost right away. And this is somebody you want to get to know better. So you want to do things. Don't just jump right in with all of you straight into a relationship. This is the time where you're spending getting to know the person, meeting for coffee, having the first dates, getting to know each other. What are their plans for the future? What are your plans for the future? Where do you want to take this? How quickly do you want to move? There is a sense of anticipation and wonder and excitement and trepidation and all those mushy, yummy feelings rolled up into 1 month here as you meet somebody that you really want to get to know better. And that's what this month is about, is getting to know that person better. And you may not have met this person, or if it's somebody you already know, there's a potential there that it might be. They would not have tried to start something if you hadn't done this. If you hadn't actually been ready to cut that off, to move on, to grow up a little bit and become more mature and seem like you are in a better place emotionally, financially, just more mature, more evolved than maybe you were last year or even a few months ago. They see that. And like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Let's explore it. I'm willing to check it out. I'm willing to give it a shot. Are you? Are you ready to explore this possibility? It feels like you may be, but again, it's like, oh, wow. It feels like it was quick, but it's actually something that's been simmering for a while, perhaps. And now they're seizing the opportunity, and you're curious and intrigued and feeling it. So there's all that. It's a mushy kind of yummy kind of month. And then we have month 9 with the 3 of Swords. This is a tough one to have come after that 2 of Cups. I'm not sure at this moment if it's related to that. I don't think so. I think it's something else that is going on, possibly related to month 7, where there is a sense of betrayal. There is a sense of disappointment, of frustration, of anger, of grief. There may be somebody, it's potential that there is somebody else here that you did not cut contact with that is um, trying to bring the person you cut off around to interfere maybe with this potential new relationship. And you did not expect that from this other person. You did not expect them to act in that way, which seems really malicious. You thought you were on a better emotional um, wavelength with them, that they were that they were trustworthy, that you could count on them. And it's finding out that you can't, and finding out that they would betray you in this way, that is really hurtful and really frustrating. So find a way to exercise some of those torrents of emotions that you're going to be having over this in a way that is beneficial to you. So going for a run, screaming into the pillow, doing things physically to release that energy. Let it go. Release that from your body. You do not want to be carrying that in your life. You already know that because you cut off contact already with one of these people. You just are now recognizing that you may need to cut off this other person as well, or put up some super strong boundaries, or just never talk to them, which is a way of cutting off communication with this person. Never communicate with them about what's going on in your life right now. A side note for the Three of Swords is that this is a temporary thing. You actually get over it fairly quickly, but you need to process it. You need to recognize the emotions, probably in a way you haven't normally in the past. You need to recognize, you need to acknowledge how you feel, why you feel that way, and recognize that these are your emotions. Somebody else can't be telling you, well, you shouldn't feel that way. This is how you're feeling. Own your emotions and then release them from you so that you're not carrying that anger, frustration, hurt, whatever it is, with you and have it impact other areas of your life. There may be a few weeks in there where it's a little dodgy, but if you're still interested in this person, maybe let them know a little bit about what's going on and you're just in a bad place at the moment, dealing with some drama that you didn't think should be happening. They may be very understanding. Maybe they even know this third person in a way. Be open with your communication with them and let them know it is not about them. This anger or whatever you're feeling is not related to this. You're still excited about them, but you need to process this and find a way to let go of it so that you can focus on the present and where you are now and who you're with now. And you will get there. It's just going to be a little bit of a rough month. All right. Month 10, Seven of Wands. We're still going to be dealing with a little bit of fallout maybe here because Seven of Wands is about defending your territory, defending your space. People are going to be trying to get you to do all kinds of different things or focus on their things. It may not be related to this other thing. Could be just other things coming up in your life. Maybe work wants you to do overtime. Maybe somebody else wants you to go visit them somewhere because it's their birthday month and you always visit here. Maybe this year you don't want to because these other people are there, so you're just not interested. Or all these different things that you don't really want to do. You want to focus on your priorities. You want to focus on the people that you want to spend time with. Everybody else is going to have to wait. They're going to have to wait until you're ready to listen to them or to hear what it is they have to say or what it is they need help with. They need to respect that. They're going to have to respect that. So this could also just be communicating a very strong boundary. I'm not helping anybody this month. I'm focusing on the things that I need to get done in my life this month. Come back to me next month and maybe I can help you out. But this month, no. And I think it could in part also be just because it's a recovery month after this and you're just feeling still a little more sensitive and you just want space. You just want space. So you're taking that space. And then in month 11, we have Fortitude, also known as the Strength card. So this card has evolved a little bit for me as I've been doing all of these readings. And a lot of it is about integrating our dark and our light sides, our shadow versus our light. A shadow is as much a part of you as your light side, as the happiness and joy. We all have shadows. Strength card or fortitude is about having the fortitude to know when to apply or when to call on the light or the dark. Knowing that the dark is not there to hinder you, it's there to help you. And if you can recognize when to leverage it, it can be a very, very good tool for you. That does not mean just getting in a fight with somebody. No. It can mean standing your ground in the face of a challenge, standing your ground in the case of all these other priorities that other people want to put on you. Saying no for a lot of people can feel dark and scary, but it is not. It's there for your protection. It's there to help you stay on track. It is your partner, not your enemy. So the integration of that and the recognition that this is all of you can take fortitude. It can take strength to do that. Compassion for yourself. Recognition that even though the dark parts are scary, they are you. And you just have to figure out how to use it, how to leverage it, when to use it, and when to tell it to back off, because again, it's part of you. You have the choice here. And then we're ending the year in month 12 with the Knight of Coins, your last court card of the year. Coins, pentacles, we've already talked about it up here in month 5. Resources. The Knight of Coins, and we're talking about movement, is the slowest moving knight in the deck. They take their time. They are in no hurry to get things done because they want to make sure they get it right. So they're going to do things, for example, step by step. You give them a list of instructions. They're going to go down that one line at a time. If something doesn't make sense, they're going to come to you with a question, make a correction on that step, start over from the top until they go through the whole thing successfully. But by the end, you will have something that is correct and is very precise. This can be very frustrating because you like to get things moving, but this person just doesn't move at that same pace. So this could be it feels a lot like a message telling you to pause, to take your time, to be thorough. This is not something, whatever is happening here in in March for you, March 2026. Take your time, slow down. Slow down, take a breath. You want to make sure you're very, very thorough here. And you want to make sure you get it right and correct things if you need to and rewrite things, but take your time. Allow yourself time. And that, Aries Sun, Aries Rising, is what I have for you for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.